there, welcome back guys. This video is special thanks to Swedish Forge, one of our viewers slash subscribers who's really good at 3D printing. So good that he was able to treat us to the settings for the miniatures. So we can print miniatures and take the supports off. So if you've printed the miniatures and it's like no matter how many times you go to the gym to pump up, you still don't have the strength needed to get those supports off, well, in this video we've got you covered because no strength is required, and we'll be able to print some little guy like this, or gal, whoever's underneath there. We don't know, and we don't care because at the end we just want the results to look like that. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's just have a peek right here one more time close up. It is delicate. It is hard to get the settings on the supports off, but once they're off, they're here. I even paid that $2 fee so we can get it on the Ender 3S1 Pro. It didn't work. The magic is right here in these settings right here that were given to us by Swedish Forge. Thank you again, Swedish Forge, because this video and this little guy would not have been possible without you. So let's just put him down here. And again, requires patience taking the supports off, but no strength needed. But the trick to getting these supports off is actually how you put them on. We have a print over here with the supports on, so we'll let you have a peek, and we'll try to take some of them off without destroying it on our build plate here. So this one was printed on the Creality High, and we have another one printing on the Ender 3 S1 Pro. This one's almost done, and same experience. For some reason, we didn't get the experience with the FDM configuration, but as you can see, a little bit of stringing happening on the Ender, but that's okay. We can clean the fan up and have it work out. This one we haven't used in a while since everything's done on this machine here, but you just calibrate your machine and reset it so that everything works out just right for you. So we're just gonna leave this here like that, put this back over there. The real magic will happen down here. So ideally, if you wear glasses or you can't see too good, you probably want to get a set of these, right? And the original pliers that came with your 3D printer, or anything better. If it's better than this, then use that. If it's not, you kind of get the idea. But the point is, what I want to show you is, here are the supports, here are all the details, which are just phenomenal. But most likely the axe I will save for last, because you're going to be, and this is good for, we're going to show you, the settings will work on any of the miniatures, but for this particular miniature, it was suggested to print it a certain way. So now, like, what do I take off? It's so let's take this off right here, okay? And you'll see how easy it is because it's sort of just holding it up, right? Sometimes the trick is to just cut from the base, right? We don't want to break it because it's really delicate, but as you can see, once we cut it at a certain angle, the supports, even that are down here underneath, like they're just holding it up, right? So the settings are so great. Once you cut the baseline, everything else, the magic will just happen. So let's say if I take this right here, you got to be careful though cutting it because you don't want the pressure to cause it to break. But once we get that, see, it just falls right off at the surface. So the trick is getting it and also printing it. We can get that part later, like all the extra good stuff. And like this part right here, this one will come off easily. So remember, cut it delicately, and as you can see, there's no peeling. Like we're just starting from the what's attached. Whoops, and just be careful if they go flying, because if it's in the middle of the night and you accidentally step on it, well, it's going to hurt. And as you can see, if we can get that right there, and just hold the piece if you can, and then voila. And then as you can see, it's just like slightly touching it a little bit, just enough to give it what it needs so that the filament builds the, the object of desire, but doesn't just go too crazy by sticking it together, right? And you're probably like, come on, Lou, settings, the settings. I know why you're here. We know why you're here. We're just going to show you. We make these videos so you don't have to. So again, and then you keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, and probably the most delicate parts I'd recommend taking off last. But I think this one's going to be a beauty. This one might be the thumbnail. This one might be the end of the video. So if you stay towards the end, you can see here, if we look at how this just comes right off. Look, that whole bottom part. Oh my God. You were probably doing this, like it's not working. Or I've seen some pictures where you wind up in the emergency room because you accidentally stab yourself. But as you can see, we just took this off the build plate, and we just need to be careful not to stab ourselves, but to, look at that, nice smooth, but just not to destroy it. Because remember, a lot of these little miniatures have so many accessories, you know, like if they're in the war, they're ready to fight, but it's not like, you know, where they're gangsta, when they're like, yo, you want some of this, and they got to take their shirt off. Yo, you want some of this, they got to take their glasses off. In this particular case, they've got a lot of armor happening. Anyway, so now the secret sauce. All right, so again, it's tricky but doable, and if you're really good at 3D printing, it might take 2 or 3 prototypes to get to what you need to do to have the experience similar to what we have right here. All right, so basically, here's our print right here. So by default, of course, he's standing up, but because he's got so many accessories on him, we have him at a 45-degree angle. Now, he doesn't have to be at a 45-degree angle when painting him. We're painting supports on. So I'm not going to read out each and every number. I'm going to start with the top and then work my way down so that you guys can see what we have here. So everything here, as you can see, is the same on the first part. But we changed this right here from 0.16 millimeters standard. I'll activate the cursor so that you guys can see. We changed this. So by default, it was at whatever it was. Whatever yours is, oh, we can revert it back. So we can revert it back to what it was, and you'll see what it is from there. So that stays like that, the top for it. Second one, anything that's what do they call it, like yellowish, is what we changed. So wall loops was set to 1, sparse infill density was set to 35, sparse infill pattern is cubic, and everything else here is the same. And now for supports, as you can see, we enabled supports, tree auto default, the threshold 20, which was great because otherwise it'd just be too much, only build plate. And remember, pause the video. These settings, as you can see, are amazing. And thank you again, Swedish Forge, because you guys wondering, why do I keep thanking the guy? Well, 1, he didn't have to do that. And 2, we've got over 10 different models we printed in here. No, 14, somewhere around there. It's definitely over 10. And then finally, on the 11th hour, we were blessed. All right, knowing that moving forward, as you can see, top Z distance 0.25, okay? And then top interface layers 0.3, and then bottom interface is 3. And then down here, tree supports, see tree support branch distance, that's the magic, 2. Tree support branch diameter 1, and then tree support branch angle is 60. And then we'll just go scroll down here. And no prime tab. I don't need prime tab. I've been printing I never used it. In the beginning, when I first got the printer, I was like, wow, prime tower. But if you're not crazy, look at the details on that. It's just phenomenal. It'll just make the print longer. And again, speaking of making the print longer, for me, I have a pretty fast printer, so we didn't change the settings with the speed, but the detail is just phenomenal that there's no need to. Now that you have your settings, remember, pause the video. I'm going to do it again, and then you guys will have to pause it so that you can see there's nothing there. First one, second one. Okay, remember to pause so that you can, I might leave it on the GitHub repository or leave this file up there, and then you can open it and then just drop your project in and then change the printer accordingly to like whatever printer you have, because we're using Creality Print. Okay, again, nothing here. And now we're back to supports. Scroll from the top. Just remember to pause. Okay. And then last but least, right here, no prime, etc. All right, knowing that, moving forward, again, he doesn't have to be a 45-degree angle, but this one's already set. So as you can see here, because each one is different, maybe he doesn't have so much crap on him and you don't need to. You can paint him standing up. So what you're going to do is go right here. I'm going to lower it a little bit. And see supports? They're all painted on. And so we're going to zoom in a little bit. And we can erase all the painted supports because we already have a copy. This is a copy. And you're like, hey, wait, that's not fair. No, don't worry about it. Erase all painting. Okay? So as you can see, by default, it's just going to print everywhere. Actually, we have a sample of what we got before, which is like printed everywhere. One on the back. Once we print them on this back, it just doesn't work. Oh, here we go. This is what you normally get with the default settings. So with default, it's just going to do like that. And there's no way. Look at that. It's like a Hulkamania. Next Saturday night, we're going to get you, sort of. Good luck with that. Anyway, so you kind of get the idea. And that's why we put a lower number. I believe it was 20. So to paint them on, you want to zoom in as close as possible. And this is for this print. You're going to have to get a feel for your print and decide where you want to paint or not paint. In this particular case, you know, we don't really want supports here. So we're going to hold down the control key, and we don't need supports there, right? And we don't need supports there. This is for this particular guy, because we just want him to hold up. You see, we just want him to get rid of that. We just want him to, the supports to hold it up. Think of it like you're at a concert and the guy's being, or girl's, you know, thrown across wherever it is, but they're holding it up. So you want your supports to be like that. As you can see, that's exactly what it's doing. But in order to do that, I'll open it again so that you can see. It's a tedious process, but in the end you get this. So now if I go to preview, because it's already saved, it'll slice. And it took a lot of time to figure this out of where the supports should or should not go. But you know, you'll get the gist of it. And if you have, you know, experience printing, or you'll be all right. And if you don't, you'll be all right too. If we go here to paint, we can see where we painted and didn't paint, where we don't want supports to go. And as you can see, in the previous introduction, it was just backwards. We didn't want supports on the top because it was covering it. So we did want supports underneath. So the trick here is not having, remember, like I was saying, you want it to hold it up. But when I was painting before, it was just to give you an idea of where you don't want supports to go. So you have to imagine being the printer in your brain and how you would print it and how you would not want supports. So pink means no supports, and then green, because it's at a 45-degree angle, we had to paint the bottom green. So the green, you know, as you can see, is right here. So anything we touched with the green happens right there, but I don't need the green there, but just to give you an idea. And that's because, remember, it was at a 45-degree angle. And then knowing that moving forward, so the tricky part, like I was saying, move this out of the way so that you can see, and then, you know, we had to make the magic happen that way. And then shift and slides allows you to bring it over, and then we can, remember, or down. And then zoom is just zoom, but remember shift and slide, because you want to zoom in. And as you can see, because if you don't zoom in, see, look, there's supports right there. And so I need to color it pink. Pink means no supports. So, and I don't know what these other things are, but that was there. So sometimes you'll see like this little pink stuff. And then, you know, as you can see, there's a chain on the axe. That's going to be luck getting that off. But the goal is so he doesn't lose his octopus thingies on the side. So we want to make sure that there, whoops. Yeah, I don't think it needs supports in there, to be honest with you, because it's gonna, you know, make it that much harder to take it off. And if I zoom around again, see, and then zoom around again, see, we just don't want supports on the top. Did you see that right in there? Because that's going to make it hard. Sometimes it might, whoops, and then you might do that. See, accidentally do that. And then sometimes maybe not, but we can turn it around and around, because we don't need to, especially on the chain link, because it's attached to his back, right? But it might. It all depends on how you print it, because at a 45-degree angle, you might need the supports there. And sometimes you'll have to slice it to prepare and preview it, and get it. You might be going back and forth, but thankfully, remember, the control key allows you to erase it. So what you'll have to do is put it back at an angle and then zoom out, of course, right? So that we can really get a gist of it. And then do it like this so we can see the inside. Swedish Forge's really good at it because they actually sent me a video on, it was like 30 minutes long, but we make these videos so you don't have to. So check out his channel because he's printing some cool stuff, really complex. And then the shift allows you to bring it in any direction, up or down. And then now shift again, bring it up. And now we use the scroll thingy to look and see like this right here, but I can't get in there. So that's the other issue. Sometimes you just can't get in unless you splice the model into part and print it in pieces. I have a video that shows you how to do that, but you really don't want to do that with your miniature. You can, that's another thing, but now that you know the supports will come off easily, it's just a matter of looking around and going down and squeezing in there. If you can get in there, see, the supports are barely touching, but if you can get in there by narrowing down the paintbrush so it's so thin that you can just tap in there and have it go where it doesn't need to go. Remember, pink means no supports, and as you can see, we painted the tops, right? And then somehow, remember, shift and slide, shift allows you to bring it left, right, up, and down, okay? And then zoom is just zoom. Zoom is just without touching anything. And then now the moment of truth. But as you can see, the proof's in the pudding. Now I just got to take that apart and share it with you in the end. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? Gotta love it. Thanks again, Swedish Forge. And I hope that this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you all next time.